After Eli's death, I promised myself I'd linger only a few months, just enough to steady Taryn's world. She was navigating grief, twin toddlers, and a spouse with erratic work hours. I had the time, the strength, and the urge to help. So I settled in. That was 3 years back. Initially, it felt fulfilling to be essential. I rose early, prepared school lunches, and managed endless laundry cycles. My pension filled the gaps their salaries couldn't: groceries, utility bills, preschool fees. I covered them without complaint. That's what kin does, I reasoned. But as months drifted by, gratitude faded, requests turned into demands, and my presence, both physical and emotional, shrank. Taryn stopped inviting me to family dinners. The twins began calling Niall's mother, Clara, their other grandma, though she lived miles away and rarely visited. I'd bring up Eli occasionally, only to face silence, as if he were a forgotten song no one played anymore. Yet I stayed. I cooked dinners, adjusted to their fixed thermostat at 68 degrees, and overlooked the smirks when my detective shows blared too loudly. At 68, I told myself I was fortunate to be near my grandkids, that this was what later years meant: useful if not treasured. Then last Tuesday evening, as I paired the boys' socks, Taryn entered the laundry room, clutching her phone like a barrier. "Mom," she said, avoiding my gaze, "Niall's parents are moving in." I blinked, a sock still in my grip. "Visiting, right?" "No, moving in permanently." "We need the room." I laughed, expecting a grin to follow. None came. "You'll need to move out by month's end," she said. I chuckled again, the words sounding like a cheesy TV script. But her expression stayed firm, arms folded. She was serious. I set the socks in the basket deliberately, as if slowing down could pause reality. Then I walked past her, composed and quiet. In the hallway, I glimpsed our family portrait on the shelf, my frame, my photo. But I was no longer in it. The office door stood ajar, boxes already piled inside. By morning, the shift was palpable. Taryn tapped on my door like I was a temporary lodger. She stepped in, offering a forced smile and holding a marker. "Hey, could you start packing up some non-essentials? We can store them in the office closet for now." Non-essentials. I scanned the room. Everything was mine: the quilt on the bed, the bookshelf, the lamp on the dresser. But I nodded and said, "Sure." That afternoon, she leaned into the kitchen while I chopped vegetables for dinner. "Oh, one thing, Clara's sensitive to strong odors. They bother her breathing. Maybe ease up on the spices and onions for a bit." I stirred the pot slowly. "Of course." That evening, carrying towels to the laundry, I overheard them in the living room. I paused behind the partition, out of sight. "We'll give Clara the master," Taryn was saying. "Dorian can take the downstairs guest room." "And Mom?" Niles asked. A pause, then her voice sharp and casual. "She can go somewhere. Maybe the boys share a room and we turn hers into a play space." Niles said nothing. I slipped back to my room, towels abandoned. My chest tightened like I'd breathed in something jagged. In the days that followed, I saw the house anew. The groceries shifted. No more of my preferred coffee. Fewer fresh fruits, more frozen dinners. The thermostat dropped to a chilly 66 and no one offered a throw. At dinner, the seating rearranged itself. Clara's spot was already set beside the boys, as if her arrival was a done deal. I can't tell you the full story in this short video. If you want to see the full story, the link is given below.